recording? Yes. All right. So today is Friday, the 9th of March, 2018. I'm interviewing Francis Speck Pasborg, and we are at 11 Fairmont Street in Wethersfield, Connecticut. I am Matthew Rhodes, working for Central Connecticut State University. Also present is Chris.
Chris Martocchio.
Okay, and
Angelita Lindsay.
Gregory Pasborg.
And Jennifer Francis Gino.
Fantastic, thank you. All right, and let's see. So we have sister, brother, and caregivers, right? All right. Okay, so got everybody. All right. All right. So the first segment here. This is just basically the for the record part. So please state your full name, date of birth, and city and state in which you live.
I'm Francis Pasborg, December 2, 1919.
Okay. Wow. And city and state in which you live?
Huh?
City and state in which you live?
Oh, I'm a Catholic.
Well, where you live? Hometown.
What's your address,
Yeah.
Dad? Your address.
Oh, I see. Well, my address was, well, is it here?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, what is the address here? It's,
Think as long as you say Wethersfield, we're okay.
yeah,
Wethersfield.
All right. So, in which war did you serve?
U.S. Army.
Which war?
In the last war, in the Civil War, and the war with Japan.
World War II.
World War II.
Awesome. All right. Let's see. In your branch of service?
Yeah. You know what?
What branch of service? Army, Navy, Air Force?
Army.
Okay. And in where did you serve?
Over in China, Burma, India.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. So, so this is the jogging memory segment. So, were you drafted or did you enlist?
Drafted
Okay. Drafted. And where were you living at the time?
in Idaho, Glenns Ferry, Idaho.
Okay. All right. Do you recall the date you were?
No.
Okay. Okay. And why did you join? You were drafted, right?
Drafted.
Should I tell you or do?
Yeah.
Okay. The date of entry, June 11th, 42.
Mhm.
Date of separation, January 25th, 46.
Okay.
Okay.
Great. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. So I think I know the answer to this one. Why did you pick the service branch you joined?
I didn't.
That's what I thought.
It was selected.
They picked it for you.
Yes.
All right. So what were your first days in the service like?
The first days?
Like when you went to the induction center and all that?
Gosh, I don't remember all of the time things there. I don't. That's not fixed in my time. I'd have to look through records.
Okay. That's okay. Let's see. So do you remember anything about boot camp? About basic training?
Basic training was here in I'm trying to think. It was here in the United States,
Mm-hmm.
but I had to go over to China, Burma, India
Mm-hmm.
for whatever function they required of me there.
Okay. Do you remember any kind of training you took at all before you went overseas?
Yeah.
I can't really fix anything there other than what was standard for almost any GI.
Okay.
Well, you had the chemical warfare basic training. And then the chemical lab assistant and the water supply technician.
Okay.
Those were the assignments anyway.
Okay. So
No, I never thought much about it.
Oh, I understand. I totally understand.
Never gave any thought about it. That's something that's gone by. Great.
It's over with. Let's move on.
You betcha. It's all kaput.
So when you finished basic training, did you go over to Asia right away, or did you go somewhere else in between?
Gee, I don't remember all the details there, except that I took the ship and came home to the home in Idaho,
Mm-hmm.
the little town of Glens Ferry.
Mm-hmm. Do you remember how long it took to take the ship across the Pacific?
No,
No, I bet that
those
was.
are details that
Yeah.
really were not of any great significance.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay. And so, can you describe a typical day in the service?
No, not necessarily. It's something I'm glad that it's over with.
Yeah, but Dad, remember you used to go around to all the different camps to make sure that the water treatment plants were.
Well, I was getting shifted back and forth from one place to another, yes.
Yeah.
And until I got settled in when I'm over there in the European area.
Mm-hmm. So you mentioned that that you were in the CBI theater and you were in Burma, right? So what did you do in Burma?
Well, basically, I did what was required of me to do there.
Mm-hmm.
That was it. Basically, I wasn't really just involved in anything special. I was not a captain or
Mm-hmm.
or regularly running the organization.
Mm-hmm.
I just more or less doing what a GI was required of him.
You mentioned that you worked with purifying water from the Irrawaddy River.
China, yes, in China, Burma, India.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
I did have one assignment of water purification, treatments,
Mm-hmm.
handling of the equipment,
Mm-hmm.
and I became familiar with their facilities
Mm-hmm.
at that time.
In Burma, the
China,
in
Burma,
China,
India,
the local government or the British or
American.
okay. And let's see. So when you were over there, did you encounter anyone like, say, General Stilwell or anyone like that?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
You had your Jeep stolen by a Jap. I remember you telling me that.
You had a Jeep stolen?
Yeah.
How'd that happen?
Well, darn it, I went to an entertainment, and somebody took off with my Jeep, and I had a hell of a trouble restoring a car again.
Oh no. Did you get in trouble for that?
Well, damn it, that's what happens to you in the service when you think that you're living your normal life.
Mm-hmm.
You can get along with things, but doggone it, there have been places where you'll find hidden stuff that people have, or they're out getting your stuff, and boy, I'm telling you, things get stolen from you there
Mm.
in this service.
Hmm. You said you went to see entertainment. Do you remember what it was?
What's that?
You said you went to entertainment. Do you remember what it was?
They had a group coming from the United States, and I forget what the entertainment was, but they had a group of singers and musicians.
Okay.
and they had a gathering of more than one army together. We're all scattered around the place there, but they we all got to listen to their entertainment.
Okay. Okay. Was it like?
She was just so long, but so far back, I can hardly remember it all.
That was, I don't know, that sounded pretty good to me. What was the climate like? What was the weather like? What was, what did it feel like?
I don't remember. It was not winter.
Mm-hmm.
It was not a wintry weather, nor was it a severe heat weather summer either.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have any mental record of any outstanding weather that I had to survive.
Okay. I just wondered if it was wet all the time.
Well, if it was, I tolerated it along with all the rest of the GIs.
Okay.
You just get along with doing things that's required of you.
Did you ever have any engagements with the Japanese, with Japanese troops?
Not right contact immediately. No, we didn't have to get into conflict where we were battling with them.
Yeah.
But they were in the vicinity.
Oh yeah. Okay. So did they ever snipe at you?
Yes. They did some places, and there were some groups that came in complaining that the Japs had overtaken some of their property or whatever they had, or maybe a vehicle.
Okay. So when you worked, were you protected by other soldiers, like infantry, that would go out with you and cover the area, make sure that the Japanese stayed away while you were working on the water?
As far as I know, yes.
Yeah.
It was handled officially.
Okay. All right. So,
But I had my car, and I'd bussing around the area a lot, going out in places that I probably didn't belong. But darn it, when you got that car,
it's freedom.
You figure you're going to make use of it.
Absolutely.
You want to investigate, looking over places.
Absolutely. So, so you were in Burma. Did you go to China or India?
China, Burma, India, yes.
Did you? Because I noticed that you were in Karachi.
Yes.
What was that like?
That was nasty.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was nasty. I didn't care for that.
No? Okay. Any particular reason? Or?
Well, it doesn't lock into me at this age. I'm sure at the time I had my personal feelings then. But, I try to let a lot of that stuff kind of wash away from my memories.
Sure.
And why don't you get a little water in there?
Yeah, I was going to say
Because
that.
it was not a...
I remember, Dad, you telling me that you used to hop in your Jeep and you go all around to the different camps where where all the troops were. And what you did was you wanted to help show them how to set up the purification plants, and you tested test the
that
water.
was more or less one of my functions that I would do. And say, what the heck? There's no reason why they can't get the benefit of knowing how to set this up or getting other things going. And if I could find materials or information, I'd provide it with them.
I don't know, because you mentioned earlier that you didn't do anything important or anything like that. I don't know. I think that's pretty important. You got to have fresh water, right? I mean, that's the the element of
Well,
life.
yes, that was one of our responsibilities.
That's pretty important, I think. I think most people would agree that
And that's looking back of it.
yeah.
And getting the detail of it, I'm not quite sure.
Mm-hmm.
I can recall it right down to the minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you tested to see if their clothing was sufficiently with able to withstand gases. Tested solutions to ensure the impregnating qualities, and 2 labs you had to supervise. There's a lot of things here, Dad. You did.
So you had a background in chemistry, right? How did you get that? How did you become skilled as a chemist?
Well, I was majoring in chemistry anyhow, going to school and
Okay.
college.
Okay.
And I did have that, and I had my own private chem lab down the cellar
Oh.
in Idaho.
Okay. Okay.
Excuse me. There's
Sure. Yeah. Let me go ahead and pause. Okay. All right. When you because one of the things that the CBI theater was famous for was having to, as they said, fly over the hump. Fly over the Himalayas. Did you ever do that?
That's bad.
Yeah.
And although I did have a Jeep,
Mm-hmm.
and I could gallop around different places.
Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see. Were you ever a prisoner of war?
If I what?
Were you ever a prisoner of war?
No.
Okay. Okay. And let's see. Were you awarded any medals or citations?
I don't know what medals I was given.
Right here.
Yeah.
I had a few.
Yeah. I think we have that on your data sheet. So.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let's see. Were you injured at all?
No.
No. Okay. That's good. One thing I forgot to ask you earlier. What was the highest rank you achieved?
The highest one?
Highest rank.
Oh, I was only a sergeant.
Very good. Only a sergeant. Yeah. What's the old saying? Sergeants run the army.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, when you were in Burma, did you stay in touch with your family at all?
Not if I can remember. I don't think that I was set up for any wireless communication with my family in Idaho.
Any letters or anything?
Excuse me.
That's okay.
My home there was in a little town of Idaho.
Okay.
But Dad, remember when you went to Washington, D.C., you met Mom before you went over to China, Burma, India, ROTC blind date at a dance, and you two wrote back and forth throughout those 4 years that you were in the service, and your relationship grew, and when you came home, you proposed to her.
Well, that's true.
So you were writing back and forth. There's a whole bunch of letters up there I gotta go through.
Yeah. But I would imagine the letters were pretty slow coming, though. They had to go a long way. So, do you remember anything like what the food was like what the food was like in the army?
The weather?
Food.
Oh, the food.
Yeah.
No, they just kept me alive.
Okay. All right. Like K rations, or did you actually
That's
get it?
it.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. What did you feel stress, pressure?
That's looking back, and my hope, my memory would try to bring that about. Whatever it was, I tried to tolerate it with it, I'm sure.
Okay. Okay. And let's see. So did you have any time off when you were over in Burma? Did they give you any R&R?
Maybe, I don't remember.
Okay. 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 Let's see. Do you remember anything that was particularly funny or strange or anything like that when you were over there?
I try not to.
Okay. Okay. I totally understand that. What did you think of the officers?
Again, I try to just let that go back as yesterday.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Oh, darn it. There.
All right.
Get that doggone cough up.
Did you make any good friends when you were over in the Army? No? Okay. Let's see. So, did you keep a journal?
Yeah, what?
Did you keep a journal or a diary or anything like that?
A drum?
No, a journal or a diary.
See, I don't know if I did or not. I don't think I kept any records there that I was,
Yeah,
Okay.
he's got
what I
them all
was
right
doing
here.
there.
Okay. 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 Let's see. So, so thinking ahead to when you were discharged from the Army, where were you?
Over in Burma.
You were discharged in Burma?
I think that's where it was.
Okay.
Someplace there in Burma. And I got on a ship
Mm-hmm.
which
The
Okay.
Santa
brought
Rosa.
me back to the United States.
Do you remember where you landed?
Gosh, I don't remember all that.
Okay. Let's see. So what was it like when you got home?
But what?
What was it like when you got home?
Greeted by family and friends.
Okay.
Everybody there. Yeah, and that was.
Very good. Okay, let's see. So do you remember anything about what you did when you first got home? Do anything to celebrate or?
No.
Dad,
Okay.
you got
I
married.
was gonna say I'll get to that.
I don't think I got involved in any specific activities
Okay.
because I was brought back to the small town of Glens Ferry, Idaho,
Mm-hmm.
where there wasn't much there for entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
I think we did have a movie theater, but
Okay.
but it was a railroad town,
Oh, okay. All right.
and my father was a locomotive engineer.
Oh, okay. Okay. And you got married.
And yeah, and
Oh,
that
okay.
was my change of life.
Yeah. Getting married.
You betcha.
I can vouch for you there.
Oh,
So, so once you got out of the Army, bleh, I'm tongue tied now. What did you do for a career?
what did I what?
What was your job when you got out of the Army? What did you do?
I tried to do simple little things there because my father was, and we were in a little town, a railroad town.
Mm-hmm.
I could take on a job of holding a stop sign to prevent cars from crossing over the series of railroad tracks when there was some activity within the railroad section.
Okay. Okay.
But that was just a simple little job.
And what
But
did
it
you?
was working for the railroad.
Okay. All right. So what did you do after that? Do you remember?
No, go to school.
Okay. Where'd you go to school?
University of Idaho.
Okay.
Uh,
And what did you
Grew up
study?
in Moscow.
Okay. So what did you study? What did you study?
Science.
Okay. And what did you do after college? An Idaho Vandal. Ah.
Cheekers. I can't remember all the sequence of
Well, that's okay.
my activities there.
That's okay. Just maybe a couple of samples, couple of
Yeah.
examples.
But I know that I took on whatever jobs that I could get.
Sure. Okay. Let's see. So when you said you went to the University of Idaho, did you take advantage of the GI Bill?
Gee, I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. And let's see. Did you so I mean, just thinking back a little bit about it, I mean, what do you think of the military experience? Did did it do a lot for you in terms of shaping your character or personality, or
Boy, that's tough to look back on.
Yeah.
No, that's really tough to look back on. I didn't like my time in the service, but I was done doing what was required of me.
Okay. And let's see, did you join any veterans organizations?
Any what?
Veterans organizations, like the VFW.
No, I didn't try to participate in any organization.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see, did you ever go to any service reunions?
Not that I can remember.
Okay. And let's see. So is there anything you'd like to talk about that we haven't gone over?
I can't remember. I can't really think of anything specifically. No.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess then. Go ahead.
I look at that as saying, "Hey, look, that's gone."
Mm-hmm. I understand that.
And I don't find individuals who would be there in the service with me that we commonly discuss anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as I got relieved from the service, my main concern was to live my life and get to school. And I wanted to go up and get my college degree.
Okay.
But there I did prefer to take a science course.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
So at least I did enjoy working with that. And I had a small little chem lab of my own
Mm-hmm.
in the cellar of my home
Mm-hmm.
in Idaho.
Mm-hmm.
And I puttered around with things there that were not too expressively scientific, but investigative.
Okay.
Had to find out what this or that could be done by reading the literature and obtaining chemicals by order or getting them from somewhere, and I could do some of the puttering and explosions.
Mm-hmm. That was actually going to be my next question. If you ever blew anything up.
Yeah, a few things. That was
All right. All right.
part of the experiments.
Well, Mr. Pasborg, I'd like to thank you for your service and for taking time out to be interviewed today.
Yeah, it was quite a thing.
All right. Thank you very much. All right.
Oh.